Namaste. Yoga Sutra. I'm gonna take some cannabis. There we go. Mic check. Namaste. Nam. Jai Kachita Tanamat Tanantaram. Nam. Jai Kachita Tanamat Tanantaram. Nam. Jai Kachita Tanantaram. Pasutu. Number 1. Jetu Pasutu. Jetu Vasutu. Tata Pramanakam. Number 2. Tata Pramanakam. Tadang Kim Siang. Nam Jai Kachita Tatanantaram. Pasutu. Tata Pramanakam. Tadang Kim Siang. Ekachita Tatanantaram. Jetu Vasutu Siang Tatang Jetitem Piagare Nirudute Pasvaru Pamevan Tenang Para Murashatamania Siang Vishayi Putama Pramana Kamma Kuruhi Tasva Pavakam Tenang Para Murashatamania Siang Vishayi Putama Pramana Kama Pramana Kama Kuruhi Tasva Pavakam Tena parang murushutamanya siyang vishayi putama pramana kapma manakama. Tena parang murushutamanya siyang vishayi putama pramana kama guruhi tasva pavakam. Kenachit tadanim kim tatusyant sambatyamanam cham. Number 3. Oh. It got cut off. Number 3 got cut off. This va is the only other thing I could think of. Yeah, they use ba. I guess I'm remembering from the last time I did it, so it definitely got cut off. Yeah, the alternative got cut off, but I was able to see it here. They have the alternative. Bang, so I'm gonna read that. Sambadhyamanam jam bang punashachititena kutam uttapadyatam ye jang siyan nupasatitang pagang sete jang siyam na siurabam na sati parashatamityudaramapi na gurahyatam tatasama tananturo taha saiva purusha sangatharanaha Sivatanantaranui chitutani prati purusham prapaltanantem tayoha sambanantianu dupalabhatiha sambanantianu dupalabhatiha purushasiyam pogang iti tayoha sambanantamutu Tayoha sambanantang dupalabhatiha purushasiyang yog pogang iti. Okay, Namaste. Sambanantang. Okay, moving on. There are some who say that a thing is coextensive with its thought, insofar as like pleasure and the other, it is experienced. Okay, I'm going to read it again, but let me just check. I feel like it's missing. What? That? Yeah, I must be missing the beginning. Maybe they put the okay, I think I know what's going on. So yesterday I was supposed to finish here because this version starts off with the Sutra. Where is it? Yeah, it starts with the Sutra, and this one starts from the one that I read yesterday. Basically, how do they? So, the translation has a different. I'm gonna try to make a note of myself next time. Okay, so this is part of this is from yesterday's reading. There are some who say that a thing is coextensive with its thought, insofar as like pleasure and the others, it is experienced. In this way, when they thus reject the quality of being common, they deny the existence of the thing in both its earlier and its later moments. And a thing is not dependent upon a single mind stuff. It could not be proved. Then what would it be? Let me just double check. Yeah, very odd. I don't like it. If a thing, I'm going to read it again. And a thing is not dependent upon a single mind stuff. It could not be proved. Then what would it be? If a thing were dependent upon a single mind stuff, then if the mind stuff be distracted or restricted, it itself will be untouched by that mind stuff. And not coming within the range of that, and not being proved, and unperceived in its nature by anyone, would it then be at all? And how could it be produced again in relation to the mind stuff? It would not possess those parts of it which are not apparent. So that if one says the back does not exist, neither could the belly be known. Consequently, an intended object is independent and common to all the selves. And again, independent mind stuffs function differently for each self. As a result of a relation between these two, there follows an apperception, an experience of the self. Okay, sorry for the confusion. I wish I'm the only person who could do this or something like that. There are 10 people in the whole world. Okay, Veda next. So yeah, I'm just making it up as I go, pretty much. Oops, and I mess up like that. How do I remedy this? Give me 1 second here. I'm gonna remove these and then one more. Okay, done. Bhagavatam, Book 5, Hymn 25. Pretty good. Here you go. Namaste. Achichang po agni mabase devam gang si sang no pasuha rang satu putrang Prashu no murtang bangem Paishati Divishoha. I'm gonna read the half shloka again. Rang satu putrang Prashu no murtang bangem Paishati Divishoha Sang hi Satyo yam Bolve Jidevang Sash Jidyama Tire Jidevang Sash Jidyama Tire Sang, I'm gonna read it again. Sang hi Satyo yam Bolve Jidevang Sash Jidyama Tire Hotang ram Manandra Jihva Mit Sudi di pilvi pangabasuma Hotangram Manandra Jihva Mit Hotangram Manandra Jihva Mit Sudi di pilvi pangabasuma Hotangram Manandra Jihva Mit Sudi di pilvi pangabasuma Hotangram Manandra Jihva Mit Sudi di pilvi Di pilvi, okay. Hotangram Manandra Jihva Mit Sudi di pilvi pa di pilvi. Hotangram Manandra Jihva Mit Sudi di pilvi pa bat suma almost. Hotangram Manandra Jihva Mit Sudi di pilvi. Hotangram Manandra Jihva Mit Sudi di pilvi pa basuma. I could take that. More. Hotangram Manandra Jihva Mit Sudi di pilvi. Hotangram Manandra Jihva Mit Sudi di pilvi pangabasuma. Sang no ti di parishutpo yangam, shirashutpo yangam, cha sumati yangam. Agane Rangyo Didihi Naha Suvaragati Pilvaranuya Suvaragati Pilvaran Paranuya Suvaragati Pilvi Suvaragati Pilvaranuya Suvaragati Pilvaranuya Suvaragati Pilvaranuya. Reading half shloka again. Agane Rangyo Didihi Naha Suvaragati Pilvarenuya, Suvaragati Pilvarenuya. Moving on. I'm not trying too hard. Aganil Devenshu Rajat Yagani Malteshivanga Vishana Agnil Deveshu, Rajati Agnil Malti Eshivanga Vishana, Rajati Agnil Maltel Maltem, Rajati Agnil Malte Shivanga Vishana. Moving on. Agnil Nom Avyava Hananoganim, Agnil Nom Avyava Hanoganim, Ti Piha Sapariatam, Agnisutu Vishavasatamam, Vishram, Agnisutu Visharavasatamam, Tu Vibrahmana Mutatamama, Tu Vibrahmana Mutatamama, Atultam Shravayat Patim, Atultam Shravayat Patim Putram Dadati Tanshushuim, Agnil Dadanti Satapatim Sangaha Yo Yutang Nirapiha, Agniratiam Rakushradam Jatarama Parajitama Yadavang Hishitam Tadaganaya Purahadaljam Pipavasom Mahishwiva Devadara Yisdevadavang Jang Udiratem Tavam Diumananto Alchayo Grabevociatem Purahat Utontem Danyaturiatam Utontem Danyaturiatam Sevano Alta Temana Divaha. I'm going to read this again. One sec. I think a lot of things happening in the world. My news is really low, but the broadcasters seem like they're screaming. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I think I'm wrong. Where was I? Okay, I'm going to start from here. I want to read it again. Yadavang Hishitam Tadaganaya Purahadaljang Bipavasom Mahishwibang Devadara Yesitevadavang Jang Udiratem Tava Diumananto Alchayo Gra Bevociatem Purahat Utom Tem Danyaturiatange Sevano Alta Temanang Divaha Evama Aganim Pasu Yabaha Sahasanam Pavanandimam Sa no Bishavang Ati Debishaha Pashananang Beba Sukratuha. Namaste. I will sing near for grace your God Agni, for he is good to us. Son of the Wrens, may he give gifts, and righteous save us from the foe. For he is true, whom men of old enkindled, and the gods themselves. The priest with the delicious tongue, rich with the light of glorious beams, with wisdom that surpasseth all, with gracious will most excellent. O Agni, worthy of our choice, shine wealth on us through hymns of praise. Agni is king, for he extends to mortals and to gods alike. Agni is bearer of our gifts. Worship ye Agni with your thoughts. Agni gives to the worshipper a son, the best of mightiest fame, of deep devotion, never subdued, bringer of glory to his sire. Pause there. Agni bestows the hero lord who conquers with the men in fight. Agni bestows the fleet-foot steed, the victor never overcome. The mightiest song is Agni's. Shine on high, thou who art rich in light. Like the chief consort of a king, riches and strength proceed from thee. Resplendent are thy rays of light. Loud is thy voice like pressing stones. Yea, of itself thy thunder goes forth like the roaring of the heaven. Thus seeking riches have we paid homage to Agni Conqueror. May he, most wise as with the ship, carry us over all our foes. Okay. Upanishad next. It's really long. It's gonna take me half an hour to read it. No, more than half an hour. Oh, really? My only complaint with this, this is from SanskritDocuments.org, which is the biggest Sanskrit digital website, database, whatever. The style, I just don't like that style. I haven't gotten used to it yet. So that's the only thing. Otherwise, alright, I have no complaints. 29 shlokas or something, 28. Let me see if anything gets cut off. Yep, that one, 호방학장. So I'll purposefully cut off so I could catch myself. Here you go. I will need cannabis. Give me 42 seconds. Okay. I still got Shrimad Bhagavatam. Let me just take a peek before I do this. Okay, so Shrimad Bhagavatam is pretty short. Yeah, it's only 19 irregular shlokas, which is kind of like 50 shlokas. It's large, but it's not 100 shlokas. Here we go. Namaste. Here we go. Ata Navamam Brahmanama. Nava means 9. Manantaram. What is Pura? One is what? One is fine. One. Sorry, I want to check out something. Now I have to pronounce every prata. Okay, prata. Manantara prata to be. Pratamambra. Here we go. Sorry about that. Ata Navamam Brahmanama Manantram Pratam Ata Hainam Vidagataha Shakaliyaha Paprachacha Gati Devam Yajinya Parakyati Sa Haitayaiva Nividang Pratipeda Yavananto Vaishivadavasyam Nividyuchyanantam Turayashijang Turijang Shatang Turayashijang Turijang Sasaratiomiti Hovangjang Katyevam Devam Yajinya Parakyati Turayasatirim Shadityo Turayasatirim Shaditiomiti Hovangjang Katyevam Devam Yajinya Parakyati Shoduidiomiti Hovangjang Katyevam Devam Yajinya Parakyati Turayang Idiomiti Hovangjang Idyevam Devam Yajinya Parakyati Yang Ketiyam Yajinya Parakyati Yang Dieu devant Bidiomiti Katyevam Devam Yajinya Parakyati devant Bidiomiti Yajinya Parakyati devant Bidiomiti Yajinya Parakirti Devant Bitio Miti Yan Katievan Devan Yajinya Parakirti Devant Bitio Miti Obanjam. Katievan Devan Yajinya Parakirti Tiariam Tia Tialta Katievan Devan Yajinya Parakirti Tialtam Idiomiti Obanjam. Katievan Devan Yajinya Parakirti Ekam Idiomiti Obanjam. Katame Te Torayashijan Tri Jan Shatam Torayashijan Tri Jan Sasrati. Manantrantavi Sang Obanjam Mahimana Evaisho Mete Torayasatrim Shatatvavan Torayasatrim Shatatvavan Devan Iti Katame Te Torayasatrim Shatidya Shito Torayasatrim Shaditya Shito Pasavan Eka Dasha Rudran Tivan Dasha Aditya Satem Ekatrim Shaditya Nandarashat Chaivan Ekatrim Shadinandarashat Chaivan Prajan Patishijam Torayasatrim Shabiti Manantratru Katame Pasavan Iti Agnishijam Purativi Jam Panyushijan Nantarikusham Jan Ditya Shijan Diao Shijan Janandrama Shijan Nakushatra Nui Jaite Pasava Eteshu Hidam Basu Saivam Hitamiti Tasama de Vasavan Iti Manantura Chatul Katame Rudran Iti Dashame Purushwe Pranwa Atamaika Dashasatem Yadan Sama Chari Rana Maltia Tutukramiana Manantia Tang Yadan Sama Chari Rana Maltia Tutukramanan Tang Yadan Sama Chari Rana Maltia Tutukramanan Tang Rodayananti Tadia Durodayananti Tasama Durudran Iti Tasama Durudran Iti Manantara Pancham Katama Adityam Iti Devadasham Vai Masaha Sambat Sarasya Itam Adityam Etem Hidam Saivama Dadanam Yananti Te Yadidam Saivama Dadanam Yadidam Saivama Dadanam Yananti Tasama Dadityam Iti Manantura Shashutfua Katama Inandraha Katamaha Prajapatiriti Satana Yitunu Revenandro Yajinyaha Prajapatiriti Katamaha Satana Yitunu Ritya Shaniriti Katamaha Satana Katamaha Satana Yitunu Ritya Shaniriti Shani Katamaha Satana Yitunu Katamaha Satana Yitunu Rityam Katamaha Satana Yitunu Ritya Shaniriti Katamo Yajinyam Iti Pashavan Iti Manantran Sapatam Katame Shodu Iti Agnishijan Purativi Jan Pan Yushijan Antarikushwam Jan Ditya Shijan Tiao Shijan Item Shodu Ete Hidam Saivam Shodu Iti Tiao Shijan Item Shodu Ete Hidam Saivam Shodu Iti Manantram I searched for, okay, I remembered when I could do 1 to 10 now. Nobody told me. I remember, I said, but I don't think I think I reasoned. I don't know. Manantana Shashutva. Katame te trayo devan iti ima evan trayo lokan eshu hi lokan eshu hi me saive devan iti katamau teon devan vidyananam jaivan pranashachati katamotialtam iti yoyam Bhagavatam iti Manantana Navam Tadang Huriya Yadamekam Tadang Huriya Dayamekam Evan Eka Ivan Bhavatem Tam Gatamatyal Tam Gatamatyal Tam Iti Yadasamina Nidam Salvamatyag Tial Tnot Salvamatyal Tnot Dena Tial Tan Iti Gatama Eko Devan Iti Brahno Iti San Brahma Diaditya Chakushatem Manantra 10. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna teach myself. It'll have to come to me naturally. I don't have time to learn numbering system. Purativyevang yasyan yatana maganilokom manon jyotiriyon paitam purusham vidyat sarvasyat manah parayanam samvai veditam syad yajñavaryam Vedam pang aham tam purusham sarvasyat manah parayanam yamat ta ya evans. This red ink is messing me up. Starting from here again. Vedam pang aham tam purusham sarvasyat manah parayanam yamat ta ya evayam sharirah sharirah Evayam Sharirah Purushah Sa Esha Padaivan Shakalyam Tasya Kang Devatetya Murutamiti Hovancham Manantra 11. This thing is long. 28. Alright, cool. Kama Eva Yasya Yatanam Hrodayam Loko Mano Jyotiriyo Vaitam Purusham Vidyat Sarvasyat Manah Parayanam Sa Vai Veditang Syad Yajñavaryam Vedam Vang Aham Tam Purusham Sarvasyat Manah Parayanam Yamat Ta Ya Evayam Kamamayah Purushoh Sa Esha Padaivan Shakalya Tasya Kang Devateti Sutriyan Iti Hovancham Manantra 12. Rupam Nuevam Yasya Yatanam Chakushuloko Mano Jyotiriyo Vaitam Purusham Vidyat Sarvasyat Manah Parayanam Sa Vai Veditang Syad Yajñavaryam Vedam Pang Aham Tam Purusham Sarvasyat Manah Parayanam Yamat Tam Yang Evan Samvadityam Purushoh Sa Esha Padaivan Shakalya Tasya Kang Devateti Satyamiti Hovancham Manantra 13. Angkang Shang Evan Yasya Yatanam Shrotram Loko Mano Jyotiriyo Vaitam Purusham Vidyat Sarvasyat Manah Parayanam Sa Vai Veditang Syad Yajñavaryam Vedam Pang Aham Tam Purusham Sarvasyat Manah Parayanam Yamat Tam Yamatatam Yam Evayam Shrotraha Prati Shrutakaha Shrotraha Prati Shrutakaha Purushaha Sa Esha Padaiva Shakalia Tasya Kan Devatati Tishang Iti Huvancham Manantra 14. Tama Eva Yasya Yatanam Hridayam Loko Mano Jyotiriyo Vaitam Purusham Vidyat Sarvasyat Manah Parayanam Sa Vai Veditang Syad Yajñavarukyam Vedam Pang Aham Tam Purusham Sarvasyat Manah Parayanam Yamat Ya Evayam Chayamayah Purushaha Sa Esha Padaiva Shakalia Tasya Kan Devatati Murti Uriti Hupancham Manantra 15. Rupang Nuyeva Yasya Yatanam Chakushuloko Mano Jyotiriyo Paitam Purusham Vidyat Sarvasyat Manah Parayanam Sampai Veditang Syad Yajñavarukyam Vedam Pang Aham Tam Purusham Sarvasyat Manah Parayanam Yamatatam Ya Eva Yamadashe Purushoho Sa Esha Padaiva Shakalia Tasya Kan Devateti Asuriti Huvancham Devateti Asuriti Huvancham Manantra 16. Okay, I'll have to cut that off so I could catch it. Eva Yasya Yatanam Hridayam Loko Mano Jyotiriyo Vaitam Purusham Vidyat Sarvasyat Manah Parayanam Sampai Veditang Syad Yajñavarukyam Vedam Pang Aham Tam Purusham Sarvasyat Manah Parayanam Yamatata Ya Eva Yamapusu Purushaha Sa Esha Padaiva Shakalia Tasya Kan Devatati Varuna Iti Huvancham. I want to read it again. Devatati Vedam Pang Aham Tam Purusham Sarvasyat Manah Parayanam Yamatata Ya Eva Yamapusu Purushaha Sa Esha Padaiva Shakalia Tasya Kan Devatati Varuna Iti Huvancham. Did I get it right? Yeah. Okay, Manantra 17. Retang Eva Yasya Yatanam Hridayam Loko Mano Jyotiriyo Vaitam Purusham Vidyat Sarvasyat Manah Parayanam Sampai Veditang Syad Yajñavarukyam Vedam Pang Aham Tam Purusham Sarvasyat Manah Parayanam Yamatata Ya Evayam Putramayah Purushaha Sa Esha Padaiva Shakalia Tasya Kan Devatati Prajapatiriti Huvancham. I messed up somewhere. Reading from there again. Vedam Pang Aham Tam Purusham Sarvasyat Manah Parayanam Yamatata Ya Evayam Putramayah Purushaha Sa Esha Padaiva Shakalia Tasya Kan Devatati Prajapatiriti Huvancham. Manantra 18. 11 left. Shankaliyatim Huvancham Yajñavarukyasatvam Savititim. I think it's supposed to be one word. I'm not like that red did not exist. I mean, the modification of this word did exist. That was one word. I'm 90% sure that was originally one word. I'm gonna take a little break. It's my little joke of the day. I need to take a break. Give me 42 seconds, thank you. Okay, here we go. Mantra 18. Last one is 28. As you can see, various sizes of the mantra. Shankaliati Hubangcham Nya Chinya Balakia Satavam Savidime Nya Chinya Balakia Satavam Savidime Brahmano Agangara Bakoshayano Makrataturu Agangara Bakoshayano Makrataturu Iti. Okay, passable. They put a number there instead of spelling it out. Mantra 19, sorry, Nab. Nya Jinya Barakiati Hubangcham Shakalio Yadidam Guru Panchang Lanam Brahmano Natyabang Adi Kim Brahman Bidabaniti Dishom Pedang Sadabang Her Sapuratishutwa Itim Yadudishom Petatam Sadevang Her Sapuratishutwa. I want to read this again. Tishom Pedang Sabevang Tishom Pedang Sadevang Her Sapuratishutwa Iti Yadudishom Petatam Sadevang Her Sapuratishutwa. Kinendevatosiyam, sorry, Mantra 20. Kinendevatosiyam, Prangatyam, Tishyasi Tyang Ditya Devam Devatam. Tishyasi Tyang Ditya Devatam Iti. Sam Aditya Kasamina Pratishatat Twitam. Sam Adit. Okay. My God is telling me to start from the beginning again. It's the best if you don't make a mistake, especially, I guess, when it comes to mantras, because it's really compact. Yeah, okay. So I'll try to pronounce everything correctly within a stanza, or half a shloka, whatever you call this. Or one sentence. Kinendevam Kinendevatosiyam Prangatyam Tishyasi Tyang Ditya Devatam. I can't do it. Yeah, it's not for me yet. Tishyasi Tyang Ditya Devatam Iti. I tried. Sang Aditya Kasamina Pratishtvitam. Sang Aditya Kasamina Pratishtvitam. Sang Aditya Kasamina Pratishtvitam Iti. Chakushushui Iti. Kasamina no Chakushuha. Pratishitvitam iti. Rupeshiviti. Chakushushua hi Rupanui Pashyati. Kasamina no Rupanui Pratishitvitam iti. Horodayan iti. Hovanchan Horodayana hi Rupanui Janati. Horodaya Hyevam Rupanui Pratishitvitani Pavananti Dievamevaitad Yajinya Balakiam. I'm gonna read that again. Rupanui Janati Horodaya Hyevam Rupanui Pratishitvitani Pavananti Dievamevaitad Yajinya Balakiam. As I'm improving, I should change my tactics, modify my learning tactics. Some mental tools become obsolete. Yeah. Here we go. Mantra 21, 8 left. Kinandavam, Kinandavato Siam, Takushrino Yang, Tishyasi iti, Yamadevatan iti, Sa Yamaha, Kasaminan Pratashitwitan iti, Yajinya iti, Kasaminan no Yajinyaha Pratashitwitan iti, Takushrino Yang miti, Kasaminan no Takushrino Pratashitwitati, Sharadatan Yang miti, Yatang Yevan Sharadatatatatan, Takushrino Tatangati Sharadatan Yang Yevan Takushrino Pratashitwitati, Kasaminan no Sharadatan Pratashitwitati, Horodayang iti Hubanjam Horodayana hi Sharadatan Janati Horodaya Yeva Sharadatan Pratashitwitan Pavati Dieva Mevaitad Yajinya Valakiyam. A little rough, but I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna fix myself. You know what? My experience of fixing myself is it's nearing pointlessness. So I need to heal. I don't need to repeat myself just for the sake of being right. Oh, I got it right. And then what? Just because I got it right that time, does that mean I'm perfect in Sanskrit? I mean, maybe, incrementally, maybe, micro improvements at that moment in time. But yeah, I'll be more confident in my reading when I'm reading it. That's what I'll do. I'm trying to do it anyway. There you go. Mantra 22. Yeah, I'm not going back. I do want to go back, but I'm not going back. Kinandavato Siam Pratijam Tishyasi iti, Paruna Devatang iti, Sang Parunaha Kasamina Pratishitwitan iti apasiviti, Kasaminan Navapaha, Kasaminan Navapaha Pratishitwitati, Ratasi iti, Kasaminan no Rataha Pratishitwitati iti Horodayang iti Kasamadapi Pratirupam Tang Jantamahul Horodayang Diva Sarapotong Horodayang Diva Limitan iti Horodaya Yevan Rataha Pratishitwitam Pavati Dieva Mevaitad Yajinya Valakiyam. Did I miss anything? Scary. Alright. Mantra 23. Kinandavato Siam Mudi Jiam Tishyasi iti, Somadevatan iti, Sang Somaha Kasamina Pratishitwitan iti, Ti Kusho Yang miti, Kasamina no Ti Kusho Pratishitwitati, Satyang iti Satyang iti Tasmadapi, Ti Kushvitama Huha Satyam Padati, Satye Yevan Ti Kushwa Pratishitwitati, Kasamina no Satyam Pratishitwitamiti, Horodaya iti Hubanjam Horodayana hi Satyam Janati, Horodaya Yevan Satyam Pratishitwitam Pavati Dieva Mevaitad Yajinya Valakiyam. Pavati Dieva Mevaitad Yajinya Valakiyam. Mantra 24. The 28 is long. Okay. Namaste. Kinandavato Siam Truvanyam Tishyasi Diagni Devatang iti, Soguniha Kasamina Pratishitwitan iti, Pangji iti, Kasamina no Pratishitwitati Horodayang iti, Kasamina Hridayam Pratishtvitamiti. Mantra 25. Aharali Kati Hovancham Yajinya Barikyo Yatrai Tadani Yatra Samanama Mania Sai Yatrai Tadaniam Yatrai Tadani Yatra Samanamania Sai. I'm not going back. I mean, maybe I'll read the whole. I'll try it once. Aharali Kati Hovancham Yajinya Barikyo Yatrai Tadani Yatra Samanamania Sai. Okay, thank you, God. Namaste. Yaditya Tadani Yatra Samatasya Chavasom Painadatil Vayamsi Painadadil Vayamsi Painada Vimat Mituni Rananiti Painada Vimatuni Painada Vimatuni Ranamiti Nananiti Painada Vimatuni Rananiti. Yaditya Tadanyam Yaditya Tadanyatra Samatasya Chevano Painadadil Vayamsi Painada Vitma Painada Vimatani Rananiti. I tried. Moving on. Oh, this is also long. It's taken me half an hour. Okay. None of the words after this. Okay, here we go. Mantra 26. Namaste. Kasaminu Tevam Pang Kasaminu Tevam Cha Tevam Cha Pratishitvitam Satan Iti Prana Iti Kasaminu Prana Pratishitvitam Ityapana Iti Kasaminan Vapana Pratishitvitam Iti Pyana Iti Kasaminanu Pyana Pratishitvitam Iti Udana Iti Kasaminanu Dana Pratishitvitam Iti Samana Iti San Esha Neti Netyatama Guruhyo Na Hi Guruhyate Shiryo Na Hi Shiryate Sangango Na Hi Sajate Sitom Na Pyatatem Na Rishyatyatam Nyashita Mayatana Nyashita. This word right here. Okay. Rishyatyanam Nyashita Mayatana Nyashita Rishyatyatam Nyashita Mayatana Rishyatyatam Nyashita Rishyatyatam Nyashita Vayatana Nyashita Lokana Ashito Devana Ashito Purusha Sang Yasatana Purusha Niruhyam Pratiyuhyam Tyakramatat Mat Pratiyuhyam Tyakramat Pratiyuhyam Tyakramat Tam Upanishadam Purusham Purachachami Tam Janamet Na Pipakushwasi Multang Tam Pipatishwati Tim Tam Han Na Mene Shakalyastasya Ha Multang Pipapangatam Api Ha Sian Parimohi Moshuino Sati Nyang Pajahuru Ranya Nenamanya Mana. This word right here. Parimoshuyunosatinya pajahururanyana manyamanaha. Parimoshuyunosatinya pajahururanyana manyamanaha. Yeah, thank you, God. Getting tired. Manantara 27. Okay, 2 more. Second to the last right now. Atha Hobangacham Brahmano Pavanan Pato. Atha Hobangacham Brahmano Paganan Pato Yo Paha Paganam Pagavananto. Sorry. Now I'm seeing things that I'm getting tired. Yeah, 1 hour is my limit with the translation, I think. Comfortably anyway, maybe a little longer, maybe 130 minutes, not 2 hours. I used to do this, once I did it for 8 hours. Recitation and translation, I read it for like 5 hours, and then I read the translation for like 3 hours. Garuda Purana, check it out. You don't have to. I wouldn't want to either right now. Manantara 27. Atang Hobangachang Brahmana Bhagavatam yo baha kamayate samai purachatu saibe mai purachata yo baha kamayate tam baha purachami saibanam bang baha purachami ti te ha brahmano na datrashuha. I want to read it again. Atang hubangacham brahmano bhagavatam yo baha kamayate samai purachatu saibe bang purachata yo baha kamayate tam baha purachami saibanam bang baha purachami ti te ha brahmano na datrashuha. So I'm also realizing that when I mispronounce Sanskrit words, it's not because I'm just making a mistake. It's according to the ways of karma. Sometimes it's like karma is because when I repeat it, it still doesn't enable me to say it. And after I got it right, I'm trying to say it in one go, and I can't do it. And I'm realizing that, oh, I guess it's my karma blocking it. I shouldn't try so hard. That's how I'm learning not to try things so hard. And hence the cannabis break. 42 seconds. Thank you. Last one. I'm also getting used to this style. I guess this is how you would write it if you're writing with a writing pen, instead of the calligraphy style. Here we go. Namaste. Tanan haitaiha shlokaiha paparacha yatang prakushwa panasapati satataivan purusho murusho. I doubt myself. It's my problem. Okay, one more time, and then I'm just gonna forgive myself for whatever tiny mistakes, negligible mistakes I may make. Tanan haitaiha shlokaiha paparacha yatang prakusho panasapati satataivan purusho murusho tasya lomani palnoni tevagasio tepa tuikan pahiha. Okay. Tevacham, almost missed that word. Evangasya rutiram prasyanandi tevacham. Did I read it? Tevacham or tevacha? I'm gonna read it again. Tevacham. Evangasya rutiram prasyanandi tevacham utapataha tasamata tadatara shuttarana taprati praiti tasamata tadanara tasamata tadatarana tasamata tadatara tasamata tadatarana tapraiti raso Purakusho divan hatat mam sanyasya shakaranui kinatam snavam kinatam snavam tatasatiram asati nyanantarato tarunui manjang majujang asati nyanantarato tarunui majujang majujopama kurutang. Okay. All right, that's the end. Wasn't too bad. Thank you, God, for cannabis. Yadabara kushwa Burakuno Rohati Mulananavataraha Punaha Maltiaha Sevena Murati Unanga Burakunaha Kasamana Mulata Purarohiti. Rohati. I'm gonna read it from here again. Yadu Burakushwa. I just heard a commotion. Yada Burakushwa, Burakuno, Rohati, Mulana Navataraha, Punaha, Maitiaha, Savina Murati Unanga, Burakunaha, Kasamana Mulata Pararohati, Kasamana Mulata Pararohati, Datasan Iti Mam, Pochatam, Jiva Tasatata Prajayate, Tana Ruha Iva Pai Burakushona Burakushonja Sam Beratian Samampavaha Yata Samu Lama Buruhe Yul Burakushama Yata Samu Lama Buruheri Yul Buruhe Yul Yata Samu Lama Buruhe Yul Yata Samu Lama Buruhe Yul Burakusham Na Punara Pavet Maltiaha Sevena Murti Unanga Burakunoha Kasamana Mulata Pararohati Jantang Eva Na Jayate Ko Unvenam Janayate Punaha. I wanna read it. Sorry. Jantang Eva Na Jayate Ko Unvenam Janayat Punaha Vijnanama Nanandam Brahma Ratildatuha Parayanam Tishitamanasya Tadavidam Iti. Namaste. Thank you, God. Iti Navamam Brahmanam. Alright, so today is the end of book 3. Iti Brahadara Nuyoko Upanishadi Tritiyo Tyayaha. Ninth Brahmana. Then Vidagata Shakalya questioned him, how many gods are there, Yajnavalkya? 1 second. He answered in accord with the following nivid, invocationary formula. As many as are mentioned in the nivid of the hymn to all the gods, namely 303 and 3003. Yes, said he, but just how many gods are there, Yajnavalkya? 33. Yes, said he, but just how many gods are there, Yajnavalkya? 6. Yes, said he, but just how many gods are there, Yajnavalkya? 3. Yes, said he, but just how many gods are there, Yajnavalkya? 2. Yes, said he, but just how many gods are there, Yajnavalkya? 1.5. Yes, said he. Where does the half come from? Yes, said he, but just how many gods are there, Yajnavalkya? 1. Yes, said he, which are those 303 and those 3003. he said, those are only their powers. There are just 33 gods. Which are those 33? 8 Vasus, 11 Rudras, 12 Adityas. Those are 31. Inandra and Prajapati make 33. Which are the Vasus? Fire, earth, wind, atmosphere, sun, sky, moon, and stars. These are Vasus, for upon them this excellent world is set. Therefore they are called Vasus. Which are the Rudras? These 10 breaths in a person and the self as the 11th. When they go out from this mortal body, they make us lament. So because they make us lament, therefore they are Rudras. Which are the Adityas? Verily the 12 months of the year. These are Adityas, for they go carrying along this whole world. Since they go carrying along this whole world, therefore they are called Adityas. Which is Inandra, which is Prajapati. The thunder verily is Inandra, the sacrifice is Prajapati. Which is the thunder? The thunderbolt. Which is the sacrifice? The sacrificial animals. Which are the 6? Fire, earth, wind, atmosphere, sun, and sky. These are the 6, for the whole world is these 6. Which are the 3 gods? They verily are the 3 worlds, for in them all these gods exist. Which are the 2 gods? Food and breath. Which is the 1.5? This one here who purifies. Then they say, since he who purifies is just like 1, how then is he 1.5? Because in him this whole world did prosper. Therefore he is 1.5. Which is the 1 God? Breath, said he. They call him Brahma, the Yan. Verily, he who knows that person whose abode is the earth, whose world is fire, whose light is mind, who is the last source of every soul, he verily will be a knower, or Yajñavarakya. Verily, I know that person, the last source of every soul, of whom you speak. This very person who is in the body is he. Tell me, Shakalya, who is his God? Tell me, Shakalya, who is his God? The immortal, said he. Verily, he who knows that person whose abode is desire, whose world is the heart, verily, he who knows that person whose abode is desire, whose world is the heart, whose light is mind, who is the last source of every soul, he verily will be a knower, or Yajñavarakya. Verily, I know that person, the last source of every soul, of whom you speak. This very person who is made of desire is he. Tell me, Shakalya, who is his God? Women, said he. Verily, he who knows that person, whose abode is forms, whose world, I'm going to read it differently. I'm sorry, I just read it sarcastically. Tell me, Shakalya, who is his God? Women, said he. D+. Verily, he who knows that person, whose abode is forms, whose world is the eye, whose light is mind, who is the last source of every soul, he, verily, will be a knower, or Yajñavarakya. Verily, I know that person, the last source of every soul, of whom you speak. That very person who is in the sun is he. Tell me, Shakalya, who is his God? Truth, said he. Verily, he who knows that person whose abode is space, whose world is the ear, whose light is mind, who is the last source of every soul, he verily will be a knower, or Yajñavarakya. Verily, I know that person, the last source of every soul, of whom you speak. This very person who is in hearing and who is in echo is he. Tammi Shakalya, who is his God. The quarters of heaven, said he. Verily, he who knows that person, whose abode is darkness, whose world is the heart, whose light is mind, who is the last source of every soul, he, verily, will be a knower, or Yajñabharagya. Verily, I know that person, the last source of every soul, of whom you speak. This very person who is made of shadow, is he. Tammi Shakalya, who is his God. Death, said he. Verily, he who knows that person, whose abode is forms, whose world is the eye, whose light is mind, who is the last source of every soul, he verily will be a knower, or Yajñabharagya. Verily, I know that person, the last source of every soul, of whom you speak. This very person who is in the mirror is he. Tammi Shakalya, who is his God. Life, said he. Verily, he who knows that person, whose abode is water, whose world is the heart, whose light is mind, who is the last source of every soul, he verily will be a knower, or Yajñabharagya. Verily, I know that person, the last source of every soul, of whom you speak. This very person who is in the waters is he. Tammi Shakalya, who is his God. Varuna. Verily, he who knows that person, whose abode is semen, whose world is the heart, whose light is mind, who is the last source of every soul, he verily will be a knower, or Yajñabharagya. Verily, I know that person, the last source of every soul, of whom you speak. This very person who is made of a sun is he. Tammi Shakalya, who is his God. Prajapati, said he. Shakalya, said Yajñabharagya, have those Brahmans made you their coal destroyer? Yajñabharagya, said Shakalya, by knowing what Brahma is it that you have talked down the Brahmans of the Kuru Panchalas? I know the quarters of heaven together with their gods and their bases. Since you know the quarters of heaven together with their gods and their bases, what divinity have you in this eastern quarter? The sun. That sun. On what is it based? On the eye. And on what is the eye based? On appearance. For with the eye one sees appearances. And on what are appearances based? On the heart, he said. For with the heart one knows appearances. For on the heart alone appearances are based. Quite so, Yajñabharagya. What divinity have you in this southern quarter? Yama. That Yama. On what is he based? On sacrifice. And on what is sacrifice based? On gifts to the priests. And on what are the gifts to the priests based? On faith. For when one has faith, then one gives gifts to the priests. Verily, on faith the gifts to the priests are based. And on what is faith based? On the heart, he said. For with the heart one knows faith. Verily, on the heart alone faith is based. Quite so, Yajñabharagya. What divinity have you in this western quarter? Varuna. That Varuna. On what is he based? On water. And on what is water based? on semen. And on what is semen based? On the heart. Therefore they say of a son who is just like his father, he has slipped out of his heart, as it were. He is built out of his heart, for on the heart alone semen is based. He has slipped out from his heart, as it were. He is built out of his heart, for on the heart alone semen is based. Quite so, Yajna Balakiya. What divinity have you in this northern quarter? Soma. That Soma. On what is he based? On the Di-Kusho right, initiatory right. And on what is the Di-Kusho right based? On truth. Therefore they say to one who is initiated, speak the truth. But on truth alone the Di-Kusho right is based. And on what is truth based? On the heart, he said. For with the heart one knows the truth. Verily, on the heart alone truth is based. Quite so, Yajna Balakiya. What divinity have you in this fixed quarter? The god Agni. That Agni. On what is he based? On speech. And on what is speech based? On the heart. And on what is the heart based? You idiot, said Yajna Balakiya, that you will think that it could be anywhere else than in ourselves. For if it were anywhere else than in ourselves, the dogs might eat it or the birds might tear it to pieces. Interesting, I'll read it again. That's the climax. You idiot. On the I have to, just kind of, give me 42, like, read it amongst yourself, back it up, whatever. This is fun. It's a climax, because 28 is the last one. Nicotine and coffee. $25. You idiot, said Yajna Balakiya, that you will think that it could be anywhere else than in ourselves. For if it were anywhere else than in ourselves, the dogs might eat it, or the birds might tear it to pieces. On what are you and your soul based? On the in-breath. And on what is the in-breath based? On the out-breath. And on what is the out-breath based? On the diffused breath. And on what is the diffused breath based? On the up-breath. And on what is the up-breath based? On the middle breath. That soul is not this, it is not that. It is unseizable, for it is not seized. It is indestructible, for it is not destroyed. It is unattached, for it does not attach itself. It is unbound, it does not tremble. It is not injured. Those are the 8 abodes, the 8 worlds, the 8 gods, the 8 persons. He who plucks apart and puts together these persons and passes beyond them, that is the person taught in the Upanishads about whom I ask you. If him to me you will not tell, your head indeed will then fall off. But him Shakalya did not know, and so indeed his head fell off. But him Shakaliya did not know, and so indeed his head fell off. Indeed, robbers carried off his bones, thinking they were something else. Then he said, Venerable Brahmans, let him of you that desires question me. Or do ye all question me? Or I will question him of you that desires, or I will question all of you. Those Brahmans, however, durst not. Then he questioned them with these verses. Oof. As a tree of the forest, just so surely is man. His hairs are leaves, his skin the outer bark. From his skin blood, sap from the bark flows forth. From him when pierced, there comes forth a stream, as from the tree when struck. His pieces of flesh are under layers of wood. The fiber is muscle-like strong. The bones are the wood within. The marrow is made resembling pith. A tree, when it is felled, grows up from the root, more new again. A mortal, when cut down by death, from what root does he grow up? Say not from semen, for that is produced from the living, as the tree, forsooth, springing from seed, clearly arises without having died. Let me just check. Okay, not that one. Well, I'll read it from here again. Say not from semen, for that is produced from the living, as the tree, forsooth, springing from seed, clearly arises without having died. If with its roots they should pull up the tree, it would not come into being again. A mortal, when cut down by death, from what root does he grow up? When born, indeed, he is not born. Who would again beget him? But Brahma is knowledge, is bliss, the final goal of the giver of offerings, of him too who stands still and knows it. Okay. Already an hour and 20 minutes. Alright, next time is Shrimad Bhagavatam. Let me just check. Cool. Oh, I forgot to read. What was it? Thus ends the 9th Brahmanam. And thus ends Brahadara Nuya Upanishad, Book 3. That's what I forgot to read. Okay. Shrimad Bhagavatam next. I'm going to take a little break, I guess. I don't know. Let me see how long this thing really is. Yeah. Okay. Been chopping things a lot more lately, and a lot of things are happening in the world. I wonder if there's any connection between the two. Okay, what is that term? Okay, thank you. Book 5, chapter 6. I'll go to chapter 7. And then back 19, not bad. Okay, very doable. That's okay. That's a little longer. It's still doable. Alright, nice. Very long, but maybe. 10 is the longest, it seems. No, 10 so far. 7. I confused 5 and 7 still. 7 is the longest. And alright, so 19 shloka, not bad. So it's equivalent of 50 shlokas, like normal sized shlokas, regular shloka, whatever you call it. And this is the biggest size font. I always say Sanskrit words should be at least 3 times in the other language. taking cannabis. Wouldn't be surprised if you make the letters bigger, your mind might grow larger. It's just a thought. Why do I even say such things? Because Sanskrit happens to be a geometrical language. That's why. You figure that out for yourself. But yeah, it's a geometrical language. I use a pentagram for my, it's right there. That for my mantra chanting, I call it pig squealing. Or if you're on X, I call it final exorcism 18. What happened to 1 through 17? It died. Failed. Here we go. Namaste. Help me go. I need to get through. It's the smell. Namaste. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Shashutfotyaya Rajobacham Na Nunam Bhagavan Atmaramanvam Yoga Samirita Jiñana Baba Bhaljita Kalma Bijanam Yoga Samirita Jiñana Bapalvijitang Bima Paljitang Naba Paljitang Karma Bi. Okay. Yoga Samirita Jiñana Bapaljita Yoga Samirita Jiñana Bapaljita Yoga Samirita Jiñana Bapaljita Karma Bijanam Aishe Varianui Punah Glashadani Pavitu Marhananti Yadurcha Chayopagatani Broshuiruvancham Satyamukutam Kinantabiham Pang Eketna Manasodatan Visharamam Pamana Basatana Siam Visharamam Pamanasa Basatana Siam Manavas Visharamam Pamana Basatana Siam Shatakirantam Ivan Sangangacha Chanantem Tatangam Jogadam Nam sorry, I need coffee. Okay. Tatangam Jogadam Nam Kuriyan Kahichit Sakyam Manasi Yana Vasatitem Yad Visharamam Pachachirang Yad Visharamam Pachachirang Jasakananda Tapa Aishivarama Nityam Tadangati. Come on. Nityam Tadangati Kamasyam Jachidiram Tamanu Yarayaha Yoginaha Gratamaitarasyam Patiuljayam Yoginaha Gratamaitarasyam Patiuljayavam Pumshachali Patiuljayavam Pumshachali. Okay. Kamo Manil Mado Lopaha, Shoka Moha Paya Dayaha, Kaimabanan Tashajan, Yanamulaha, Sevi Kuriyan Tuko Nu, Dadabutaha. Oh boy. There we go. Look at that. It's a 3-line word. They couldn't just put that here. Maybe stretch it a little. Maybe 2 lines, not 3 lines. It's gonna take a while. It could take up to 5 minutes. I've done it before, many times. Ataiva makila lokapa la 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 mopi. Oh, it's 1 word. Wow, I just okay. It's not too bad. I thought that was like 3 lines. I thought there was another was. So they could. That's my point here, is that they could have put this thing right there instead of, I call it, you just cut this long beautiful snake into 2 separate snakes. It's like, what is that word? I have no idea what that word, my mind doesn't know what that word is. It doesn't register. So that's, it's one of, like, this is a really good example. They could have put that second part here, make it into 1 line. Anyway. Ataiva makila lokapang la 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 mopi. I think I said 1 la extra. Ba la 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 mopi, ba la la la, ba la 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 mopi, ba la la la, ba la la la, ba la 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 mopi. Ataiva makila lokapang la 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 mopi. Bilakushanoi. Jada Bada Batu Tabesha Pasho Charita Ira Bilakushritan Bhagavata Prapabo. So this could take a couple of minutes. Bilakushono Jada Badaban Bilakushono Jada Bada Batu Tabesha Pasho Charita Ira. This is where I messed up. I messed up right there one day. So yeah, it could take a while. Taira bilakushwita bhagavata prapabo. Bilakushwita. Bilakushano jadavada batuta besha pasho charita evari charita rabilan charita rabilan lakushwita bhagavata prapabo. Pasho charita rabilan kushwita. Pasho charita ravila kushrita bhagavata. Trying to familiarize myself with the line change. Vilakushonil jadavada batu tabasha pasho charita ravila kushrita bhagavata prapabo. Vilakushonil jadavada batu tabasha pasho charita Rabilan Kushritan, Rabila Kushrita Bhagavata Prapavo, Bilakushonil Jadavada Batu Tabesha Pasho Charita Rabila Kushrita Bhagavata Prapavo. Yoginam, 1 more. I was too angry. Bilakushonil Jadavada Batu Tabesha Pasho Charita Bilakushonil Jadavada Batu Tabesha Pasho Charita Bilakushono jadavada batu tabesha pasho charita ila bilakushrita bhagavata prapabo. 1 more. Bilakushono jadavada batu tabesha pasho charita ila bilashiku. Bilakushono jadavada batu tabesha pasho charita ila bilakushrita bhagavata prapabo. Yeah, I got it right. Maybe it's not letting me say it twice. Please let me say it just once. Namaste, just once more. Bilakushono jadavada batu tabesha pasho charita ira bilakushrita bhagavata prapavo. I'll take it. Thank you. Moving on. Yoginam. I'm too OCD, I'm aware. Samamparaya viti manu shiku shoyana. Samamparaya viti manu shiku shoyana. Samamparaya viti manu shiku shoyana. Svakalevaram, Svakalevaram, Jihan Surat Manyat Manama Sambhya Bahitan Manaltan Tarapa Benana Bikushamana. Jihan Surat Manyat Manama Sambhya Bahita Manalta Taram Pa Benana Bikushamana. Jihan Surat Manyat Manama Sambhya Bahitam. Jihan Surat Manyat Manama Sambhya Bahita Manaltanan Tarapa Manaltanan. See where I messed up again? It's always the line changes where I mess up greatly. My mind doesn't know what the second part is. Like, what is that? Jihan Surat Manyat Manama Sambhya Bahita Manaltan. Jihan Surat Manyat Manama Sambhya Bahita Manaltanan Tarapa Benana Bikushamana. Uparatano Bharata Rupo Tirupa Parama. I'm gonna say that one more time. Jihan Surat Manyat Manama Sambhya Bahita Manaltanan Tara. Jihan Surat Manyat Manas. Jihan Surat Manyat. Jihan Surat Manyat Manama Sambhya Bahita Manaltanan Tara. Manaltanan Tara. Jihan Surat Manyat Manama Sambhya Bahita Manaltanan Tara Pa Benana Bikushamana. I'll take it. Uparatan Bharata Tirupapara Tirupararama 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 Uparatanu Bharata Tirupararama Uparatanu Bharata Tirupararama Uparatanu Bharata Tirupararama. One more. Uparatanu Bharata Tirupararama. Yeah, I said it right. Just irks me. I can't say it straight. Uparatanu Bharata Uparatanu Bharata Tirupararama. I'll take it. Tasyan Pang Evam Bukut. Tasya Pang Evam Bukutalingasya Bhagavatam Rashapasyam Yogamayam Vasanayam Deha Imam Jagati Mapimana Pasena Sangankramamanaha Konganka Venganka Kutakana Takushina Karno Tokana Deshana Yaduraja Chayopakataha Kutakan Chalopagavam Yaduraja Chayopagataha Kutakan Chalopagavana Pagana Kutakan Chalopavanam Siakaratan Shimakavalam Unumada Ivam Mugutamul Tajo Sambitam Mugutamul Tajo Sambitam Evam Pichacharam Atam Samira Vega Bituta Benua Bikaishono Jan Toguranda Banala Sutav Bana Ma Lelihana. That could take a while. Atam Samira Vega Bituta Benubi Kaishono Jan Toguranda Banala Janala Sutav Banama Lolihana. Samira Vega Bituta Benubi Kaishono Jan Toguranda Banala Sutav Banama Lelihana. Leli Lalima Leli. Something's losing it. So it's really help. This really helps you. My nerves are coming down. Atang Samira Vega Bituta Benubi Kaishono Janta Samira begabi tu tabenu bikaishono jato gurada. I'm just afraid of the line change. That's like what I'm messing up again. They could have put that here, like there's that space there. Ata samira begabi tu tabenu bikaishono jato guram. Tabana lasata bana malodi hana. Ata samira begabi tu tabenu bikaishono jato gurada bana lasata bana malodi hana. Atam samira begabi tu tabenu kip sami atam samira begabi tu tabenu bikaishono jato gurada bana lasata bana maleli hana. It's passable. One more. Atam samira begam. Atam samira begabi tu tabenu. Atam samira begabi. I don't think the Sanskrit is letting me. Yes, it's a living language. I don't think Sanskrit itself is letting me say it again. It's like, like, what did I do wrong? A lot of things. Okay. I'm still getting through. I'm sorry. I'm gonna do it one more time. It just takes more time. And Namaste, please help me. Atam samira begabi tu tabenu bi. Atam samira begam. Atam samira begabi tu tabenu bi kaishono jato guram. Atam samira begabi tu tabenu bi kaishono jato gurada bana lasata bana maleli hana. One more. Ata samira begam. Ata samira begam. Ata samira begabi tu tabenu. Ata samira begabi tu tabenu bikaishono jato gurada bana lasata bana maleli hana. That was really poor. I can't accept it. I'm sorry. Ata samira begabi tu tabenu bikaishono jato gurada. I'm just afraid of the line change. I get really weak right before the line changes. That's the complaint. Why didn't they put in one line? As was the original word. Atam samira begam atam samira begabi tu tabenu bikaishono jato. Atam samira begam. Ata samira begabi tu tabenu bikaishono jato gurada bana lasata bana maleli hana. I have to take it. Saha tena tadangham. Thank you, Sanskrit. Thank you. Sanskrit. Yasyam kilanu charita mupa kalnuya. Gonganga bengen kakutakanam. Rajal hana. Rajal ha는 나 모빠 시슈요 시쿠슈요 라잘 하는 나 모빠 시쿠슈요 라잘 하는 나 모빠 시쿠슈요 갈라발타만 갈라발타만 우트크로슈요만 노엠 우트크로슈요만 노엠 파비타 비에남 Pimohita he sevatama pataman kuto payama papa pahayam. Sevatama patama kuto payama pahayam. I actually got it. I should move on. One more, please, Sanskrit. Maybe Sanskrit just wants to get rid of me and just letting me say it without the satisfaction of me knowing it. I am sorry, please help me. Sivatama patama kutum, sivatama matama kuto payama paha, sivatama mapatam, sivatama patama kuto payama pahayam, kupatama kananda masa manjasam, kupatapai, kupatapa kananda masa manjasam. Kupatapa kananda masanja masamanjasam. Kupatapa kananda masanja. Kupatapa kananda masama manjasam. What is in my brain that is preventing me from saying these things? Gopatapa kanandama samanjasam gopatapang. Jesus Christ. Gopatapang kanandama samanjasam gopatapang kanandama samanjasam kanandama samanjasam gopatapang kanandama samanjasam Nijamani shoyong manandaha samamparabalta yeshuyatem Yena ha bangaba galao manuja pasadangem devamaya mohitang he Sivavitiniyo gashao chachang ritera bihi naem. I'm getting tired a little bit. Sivaviti Niyom Sivaviti Niyo Gashao Chachang Ritera Bihi Naim Deva Helana Niya Prabratang Deva Helana Niya Prabratangani Deva Helana Niyapa Deva Helana Niyapa Bratangani Deva Helana Niyapa Deva Helana Niyapa Varam. One is preventing me. Deva Helana Niyapa Bratangani. Is it really my kaima preventing me from saying these things so I can get ahead? Am I too fast for my own kaima? Do I need to slow down? Kaima needs more time for her makeup. What's going on here? Deva Helana Nyapravratani Nija Chayang Guru Nam Asana na Chamana Shaucha Keshor Lunchana Dini. Like, no, there's like no reason why they should have broken that word into two lines, other than just to mess up me. Sanana na Chamana Shaucha Keshor Lunchana Dini. Keshor Lunchana Dini Asana na Chamana Shaucha Keshor Lunchana Dini Asana na Chamana Shaucha Keshor Lunchana Asana na Chamana Shaucha Keshor Lunchana Dini Kalina Taima Bahuleno Pahatatiyom. Like, once again, no reason why this should have made it into two lines other than just to mess me up. Kalina Taima Bahuleno Pahatatiyom. Kalina Taima Bahuleno Pahatatiyom. Kalina Taima Bahuleno Pahatatiyom. Brahma no Yajinya Purusha Loka Vidu Shokan. Almost. Brahma no Yajinya Purusha Loka Vidu Shokan. Prayana Pavishyananti. Then Jam Yai Bhagatayan Nayan. Then Jam Yai Bhagatayan Vyapagatan. Then Jam Yai Bhagatanayan. Ijalokayan Tarayan Tapara Mamparayan Shivasata Sitamasyanante. Nijalokayan Tarayan. No, it's just a car. Okay. There was a machine gun. It's like, oh god. And I'm finally getting it from reading it. What is this now? Shrimad Bhagavatam. Te Jam Hyaipa Katanayang Nijalokayang Trayan Taparamam Paraya Shiva Sutta Sutama Sianante Nijalokaya Trayan Taparamam Paraya Shiva Sutta Sutama Sianante Sivayame Parapati Shuananti. The shortest shloka in the chapter. Ayamabataro Rajachopapla Pulutakai Valio Pakushui Noltaha. It makes you think, hey, maybe the author recognizes that the reader is tired now, so hey, just one shloka. Just side notes. I know you're tired. Ayamabataro Rajasopa Pulutakai Valio Pakushui Noltaha. Ayamabataro Rajasopa Pulutakai Valio Pakushui Noltaha. Pashikushwa. Ayamabataro Rajasopa Pulutakai Rajasopa Pulutakai Valiam Rajasopa Pulutakai Valio Pashikushwa Noltaha. Ayamabataro Rajasopa Pulutakai Valio Pashi, not Pakushi. Pashi. Ayamabataro Rajasopa Pulutakai Valio Pashikushwa Taha. Tasyanu Gunana. Tasyanu Gunana Shlokana Gayanantiha. Like, what is the reason for that breakup? Like, why? Just other than just to mess me up. From the Tasyanu Gunana Shlokana. Sorry, 1 second. Tasyanu Gunana Shlokana Gayananti Aho Gayananti Aho. Doesn't even make sense. Gayananti Aho Puvaha Gayananti Aho Diaho Gayananti Aho Puvaha Sabata Samudra Batiyan Devi Peshu Varshwe Shiva Tipunuya Metate Varshwe Shiva Tipunuya Metate Gayananti Yatratya Janaya Murareha Kaimanui Padranuya Vatara Vananti Aho nu Pamsho Yashasadabat Aho nu Pamsho Yashasabadataha Praya Vratum Yantura Pumana Puranaha Krita Vataraha Purushaha Sa Adyasha Chacharam Taimam Yadakaima Hetuma. Almost finished. Ko Umbasyam Gashita Maparo nu Gacha Chena Manoratena Pia Pavasyam. Like, once again, why break into two lines? I don't understand. 19 is the last one, and 16 is long. Go Umbasyam Gashita Maparonu Gachachena Manoratena Gashita Maparonu Gachachena Manoratena Pia Pavasyam. Go Umbasyam Gashita Maparonu Gachachena Manoratena Pia Pavasyam. Go Umbasyam Gashita Maparonu Go Umbasyam Gashita Maparonu Gachachenam manorato na pia pavasyam. Sorry, no. Just really aware of. I'm gonna take one more hit, God. I cannot stand this. Okay. Thank you, God. Sorry. Con umbasyam Ganashirta Maparu Gacha Chenan Manoratena Pia Pavasyam Ganashirta Maparu Gacha Chenan Manoratena Pia Pavasyam. One more, please. Go umbasyam Ganashirta Maparu Ganashirta Maparu Ganashirta Maparu Gacha Chenan Manoratena Pia Pavasyam. Yogi Yogamaya he sepuro hayati udasatang ya satatayang yana kurata prayatana he iti ha sema sakala Veda loka Veda devan brahmano kampangam iti ha sema sakala Veda loka Veda devan iti ha sama sakala Veda loka devan sakala Veda loka deva brahmana gavayam paramagurul bhagavatam roshapa kyasyam vishuddhata charitami ritam pumsam samasata dushacharita piharanam samasata dushacharita piharanam Paramamaha Mangangala Yanamida Manushirad Tayopa Chittaya Nushira Nutiyang Shirang Bayati. Paramamaha Mangangala Yanamida Manushirad Tayopa Chittaya Nushira Nutiyang Shirang Bayati. Paramamaha Mangangala Yanamida Manushirad Tayopachitam Yang Anushiranoti Yang Shiraya Bayati. Paramamaha Mangangala Yanamida Shiradatam Manu Shiradatam. Paramamaha Mangangala Yanamida Manushiradatam Paramamaha Mangangala Yanamida Manushiradatam Paramamaha Mangangalaya Yanamidam. I hate it when they break up the lines. I always mess up and I get angry. Paramamaha Mangangala Paramamaha Mangangala Yanamidam Ashurudatam Paramamaha Mangangala Yanamida Manushirad Tayopachita Yang Nushiranoti Yang Shira Bayati. Paramamaha Mangangala Yanamida Paramamaha Mangangala Yanamida Manushirad Tayoni. Paramamaha Mangangala Yanamida Manushirad Tayochi Yopachi. What is wrong? Paramamaha Mangangala Yanamida Paramamaha Mangangala Yam. Jesus Christ. Paramamaha Mangangala Yanamida Manu. Paramamaha Mangangala Manu Shiradata Yopachita Yang Shirano No. Paramamaha Mangangala Paramamaha Mangangala Yanamida Manu. Paramamaha Mangangala Yanamida Manu Shiradatayo. Paramamaha Mangangala Yanamida Manu Shiradatayo Pachita Yan Nushiranotiyan Shirabayati. One more. Paramamaha Mangangala Yanamida Manushirada Tayo Pachita Yanushira Notya Shrabayati. Help me, please. Paramamaha Mangangala Yanamida Manushirada Tayo Pachita Yanushira Notya Shrabayati. That's terrible. Just terrible. Paramamaha Mangangalam Yanamida Manushirada Tayo Pachita Yanushiranotiya Shrabayati. I'll take it. Bhavahitom Bhagavati Tasemina Vasudeva Ekanantato Bhagatira Nayorapi Bhagat. I want to say it one more time. I'm sorry. I'm OCD. Paramamaha Mangangala Yanamida Manushirada Tayo Pachita Yanushiranotiya Shrabayati Bhavahito Bhagavati Tasemina Vasudevam Ekanantato Bhagatira Nayorapi Samanubaltatem Bhagatira Nayorapi Samanubaltatem. Tasyam evan kavaya atma nami bharatam. Kasyam evan kavaya atma nama viratam. Tasyam evan kavaya atma nama viratam. Yasyam evan kavaya atma nama viratam. Jesus Christ. Yasyam eva kavayam atma nama viratam. Wish I had a drink. I'm staying off alcohol for today, and I'm not happy. Yasyam eva kavayam atma nama viratam. Atma nama virat. Something's blocking me. It's kaima related. It's almost like somebody's ridiculing me. Yasyam eva kavayam atma nama viratam. Atma nama viratam. Vivita varaji na samsara parita popa tapyamana manosavanam. 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 Vivita varaji na samsara parita popatapyam. Vivita varaji na samsara parita. Vivita varaji na samsara parita popatapyamana manosavanam. Vivita varaji na samsara parita popatapyam. Vivita varaji na samsara parita popatapyamana manosavanam. Popatapyam. Yep. Sna payananta satayaivam. Sna payananta satayaivam parayang devrotiyam. Hyapa valga matyanantikam. Hyapa valga matyanantikam. Yapa Vaigama Parama Purushol Tamapi Svayama Sangatitam no Evaduri Yanante Bhagavati Yatavanaivam Parisama Buddha Salvaita. Okay, two more. Oh wow. Jana Patil Guru Ram Rajana Patigururalam Pavatangam Yadunangam Daivam Puriyaha Kulapatiha Kavancha Kingangaro Baha Asata Bebamanganga Pagavana Pajatangam Mukunundo Mukutim Tadangati Kahichita Samana Pakati Yogama. I'm gonna say the half shloka again. Asata Bebam. I'm starting to lose my voice, I guess. Asata Bebamangangang Pagavana Pajatangam Mukunundo Mukutim Tadangati Kahitita Samana Pakati Yogama. Last verse. Shloka. Yeah, I'm tired. Nityanupota Nijala Pani Brutatan Turashunaha. Nityanupota Nijala Pani Brutatarashunaha. Nityanupota Nijala Pani. Nityanupota Nijala Pani Brutatarashunaha. Nityanupota Nijala Pani. Nityanupota Nijala Pani Brutatarashanaha. Nityanupota Nijala Pani Brutatarashanaha. Shreyasya Tadarachanayam Jirasubudha Buddhateha Lokasya Yaha Karunaya Payama Tamaloka Makyana Namo. And once again, there's no reason why that word should be 2 lines. And this is strictly a Western thing. Karunaya Payama Kalokama Kyana Namo Bhagavate Roshapanya Dasamai. I understand if the line is like longer than the paper, but that's it. Namaste. I got through 12 hours. It's gonna be 2.5 hours when I finish the translation. Oh, once again, I don't have the physical copy of the. I don't have the digital translation. I have physical copies. I'm just gonna read it from here. Let me just read the ending. Iti Shrimad Bhagavate Mahapurane Paramahamsiyam Samitang Yam Panchamasakanante Vrashapabedang Teba Vrashapadevanu Jaritem Shashutotyayahu. I'm tired. Okay. Translation. Discourse 6. King Pari Goswami said, "Surely to those who revel in the self and have burnt up the seeds of actions through wisdom strengthened by the practice of yoga. Surely to those who revel in the self and have burnt up the seeds of actions through wisdom strengthened by the practice of yoga, yogic powers coming unsolicited cannot again prove to be a source of evils." The sage replied, "What you have observed is true, but there are some in this world who would never feel quite confident about their fickle mind any more than a clever hunter would about a deer. Similarly, it is said, one should never make friends with the inconstant mind, for as a result of confidence placed in it, the austere vow maintained for a long period, even of Lord Shiva, was broken. The mind of a yogi who has made friends with it is ever alert to fling the gates open to lust and other enemies that follow him, even as a faithless wife will allow her paramours to enter her husband's house and murder him. What wise man would admit the mind, which is the root of lust, anger, vanity, greed, sorrow, infatuation, fear, and other evils, and which binds a man to his actions?" Lord Rishabhadeva was the very ornament of the protectors of the world. Yet his divine glory could not be perceived on account of his behaving as aforesaid like a stupid fellow, and because he had adopted the weird appearance, speech, and conduct of one who has renounced all worldly attachments and connections. Now, in order to teach to the yogis the process of giving up the ghost, he thought of quitting his body, and constantly viewing the Supreme Spirit, who was directly present in him, as identical, ceased to think of his body and gave up his identification with the subtle body. When Lord Rishabhadeva was thus rid of the subtle body, his visible form continued to wander over this globe due to seeming egotism induced by the vestiges of Yogamaya, and visiting as directed by Providence, the territories of Konganka, Venganka, Kutaka, and South Karnataka, traversed the forest of the Kutaka mountains stark naked, like a madman, with disheveled hair and with a piece of stone in his mouth. Meanwhile, a fierce forest conflagration broke out due to the friction of bamboos tossed about by the force of wind, and enveloping the forest on all sides, consumed the body of Rishabhadeva too, along with the forest. I'll read that one more time. Meanwhile, a fierce forest conflagration broke out due to the friction of bamboos tossed about by the force of wind, and enveloping the forest on all sides, consumed the body of Rishabhadeva too, along with the forest. On hearing about his ways and imitating them, and deluded by what was destined to happen, a foolish ruler of the territories of Konganka, Venganka, and Kutaka, Ihat by name, appearing in the Kali age, when unrighteousness will be on the rise, will actually abandon the course of his own duty, which is free from risk in every way, and duly propagate according to his own whims an absurd, wrong, and heretical creed. Led by him and infatuated by infatuated by the deluding potency of the Lord, many an accursed soul will fall from the standards of personal purity and good conduct enjoined upon them by scriptural ordinance, and adopting of their own with. I'm gonna read it again. I need cannabis. I'm halfway. No, Shloka 9. Led by him, infatuated by the deluding potency of the Lord, many an accursed soul will fall from the standards of personal purity and good conduct enjoined upon them by scriptural ordinance, and adopting of their own free will impious vows constituting an offense against the gods, such as abstaining from bath and ajamana, rinsing the mouth, neglecting personal cleanliness and pulling out the hair, and so on, will more often than not condemn the Veda, the Brahmanas, Lord Vishnu, and his devotees, their judgment being warped by the Kali age, which is dominated by unrighteousness. and assured by their own arbitrary mode of life, which is not supported by the Vedas, and which has been indiscriminately followed, they will descend into the dark abyss of hell by their own choice. This descent of the Lord was intended to give a lesson in the art of liberating oneself to those who are steeped in the quality of rajas, People recite the following verses conformable to the spirit of such teaching. O of the Dvipa. Sorry, one second. People recite the following verses conformable to the spirit of such teaching. All of the Dvipas, main divisions, and Varshas, subdivisions, of the earth, girt with the seven oceans, this land is exceptionally holy inasmuch as the people of this land celebrate the blessed deeds of Lord Vishnu associated with his descents. Although the race of Puriyavrata is resplendent with glory, for descending in this line, Bhagavan Narayana, the most ancient person, the inner controller of all and the cause of all causes, observed sacred vows leading to liberation. Indeed, what yogi who hankers after the mystic powers of yoga, spurned by Lord Vrishabhadeva because of their illusory nature, even though striving to serve him, could even mentally follow in the footsteps of that birthless Lord. In this way has been narrated the sacred story of the Lord bearing the name of Vrishabha, the supremely adored of all the Vedas, the spheres, the gods, the Brahmanas, and the cows, a story which wipes out all the sins of men, and is the abode of the highest blessings. Exclusive devotion to the aforesaid Lord Vasudeva is developed in the heart of him who constantly listens to it, as well as of him who regularly recites it, with increasing reverence and with a concentrated mind, daily and incessantly immersing their soul, burning with the agonies of mundane existence, full of manifold sufferings, in devotion and deriving supreme solace from it. The wise show no preference on any account for final beatitude, the highest and everlasting object of human pursuit, even if got without asking, having fully realized their objects in their very devotion to the Lord. Even if got without asking, having fully realized their objects in their very devotion to the Lord. Lord Shri Kurushuna Dirpare Kushuit was surely the protector, preceptor deity, beloved friend, and head of the family of your grandfathers, as well as of the Yadus, and sometimes your servants too. He bestows now and then final beatitude on those who worship him, but he never grants the boon of loving devotion. Obeisance to the celebrated Lord Vrishabhadeva, who is free from all cravings, which as he is in the eternal realization of his own self, and who in his compassion revealed the true nature of the self, which is immune from all fear, to men whose mind had long remained oblivious to their welfare, being constantly engrossed in the thought of body, etc. That's it. Thus ends the sixth discourse forming part of the narrative of Lord Vrishabhadeva in Book 5 of the great and glorious Bhagavata Purana, otherwise known as the Paramamsa Samyukta. Namaste. I'm done. Thank you. It's really too long for me. Okay, so I'm done here. So I'm probably gonna chant by myself. It's just really fun for me because I know how to chant now, more or less. I think I'll be perfected within the next 2 weeks, hopefully. Anyway, thank you very much. Namaste. Have a good day. I'm tired.